Well, I mean, what's great when you have the best actors in the world, you know, who are available to do this film is it's amazing because, you know, they always say 90% of any film is casting. And when, you know, hopefully you touch wood, you get these great actors and they're right for their roles. It makes it incredibly easy because you hire brilliant people because they're brilliant. So my job was really to let them be brilliant and try and not screw it up too much. But it was extraordinary. It was such a pleasure because, you know, certainly in the case of Anthony Hopkins and Helen Mirren, we know them to be these icons and living legends. Of course they are, but when you meet them, when you work with them, they're so sort of sensitive and warm and personable and they're just cool people. You know, they're not who you imagine them to be. They're just sort of regular people who happen to be also brilliantly talented. And so that was an extraordinary thing because I was a bit sort of taken aback at how sweet they both were. Not just with me, but also with each other when they were rehearsing. You know, this is the first time they've ever worked with each other. So it was wonderful to watch them in rehearsal, and it was just me and them, the three of us in this big rehearsal room and coffee and tea and script pages. And, you know, it was just this wonderful experience. I felt like I had a front row seat to watch, you know, two of our greatest stage actors as well as screen actors sort of discover the scene and discover this marriage, which they did within about 4 minutes. You know, they did the first scene. The first scene they read was the scene where Helen comes into the kitchen and says, "I've made a list of places where we can tighten our belts." And, you know, they played it brilliantly. And Tony said, "Well, why don't I stand by the fridge?" And she said, "Well, I'll walk over to my desk." And, you know, they were like an old sort of sweet English couple, you know, trying to work it out. And I think that you feel that in the film. You feel the genuine warmth they have toward one another. And the ease with which they worked together was, you know, they'd been wanting to do it for a long time. And I think there was a certain satisfaction for both of them at finally kind of finding this story and this particular moment to be able to connect.